Anderson Cooper 360. CNN, weeknights at 8 and 10 Eastern.
Keeping him honest with the murder of a child. We know his name. His name is Maher al-Husseini. We know that he was 10 years old. We don't know what he wanted to be when he grew up. Tonight, we only know that he will never grow up. We've seen so many children killed in the last few months in Syria. Maher is not the first, and he will not be the last. So many children have been killed in Syria, shot by snipers, killed after being arrested by the regime. So many children have died, it risks becoming mundane. Murder that doesn't even make headlines anymore. That should not be. So tonight we're leading off this broadcast with video of the death of this little boy. Now, some of you will say that we should not show you this video, and I understand that. It is sickening, it is hard to watch, it is horrific. But we believe what is even more horrific is dying in silence. Murder that is then covered up by lies. Lies from a dictator who says it isn't happening. A dictator who says we're not pulling the trigger on sniper rifles that kill children. He says we're not shooting on funerals. He says it's not happening, and yet every day, in hundreds of homemade videos, we see it happening. You will see it happening tonight. Maher al-Husseini's only crime, it seems, was being at home in Syria in the middle of a war being waged by a brutal dictator against his own people. A dictator who, in the face of evidence that grows daily, continues to deny everything.
We don't kill our people. Nobody kill, no government in the world kill its people unless it's led by a crazy person. For me as president, I became president because of the public support. It's impossible for anyone in this state to give order to kill.
He became president because his daddy was president before him. Syria's dictator Bashar al-Assad, that was talking to ABC's Barbara Walters, denying what by now has become obvious around the world. Syrian troops, security forces, and secret police are killing people every single day. Now, according to the UN's top investigator, they've killed more than 300 children since this uprising began. 56 last month alone, many more in the last week or so, and several today, including apparently Maher al-Husseini, upstairs in his house in the surrounded city of Homs. Again, a warning. This is very tough to take. A sniper bullet hit an 8-year-old child, he's saying. He was at home and got hit. He then points to a bullet hole, the bullet that apparently came through the window. He then begins to show you bloodstains. We cannot aid the child, he says. We do not know where to take him because of the firing on the building and in the streets. 3 others were wounded, he tells us, following the bloodstains down several flights of stairs. He continues talking on the way down, saying things like, we're not safe, and this government is murderous, it is killing people, it is killing its own people. We then see whose blood this is. We see Maher's body. The street's too dangerous even for a funeral, he says. We can't say for certain who pulled the trigger on the rifle that killed this child. Some opposition forces are now arming themselves to fight the government. Syria won't let outside reporters into the country, won't let international observers in to document what's truly happening there. Also from today, there's more video. Video that captures the stress and panic of mourners and worshipers inside a mosque. They're part of a funeral procession, a procession that is apparently being shot at by security forces. You can actually hear the gunfire just outside the door when the videotape starts. You can hear the terror inside.
إطلاق النار على الجنازات إطلاق النار على الجنازات إطلاق النار على الجنازات.
Shooting at funerals, he's saying. They are shooting at funerals, raiding the neighborhood. The army and security forces are raiding the neighborhood. Then, moments later, bodies from the funeral are rushed inside the building. 3 bodies come through the door. 2 men, first carried on the shoulders of mourners, some themselves wounded and bloody. Then a 3rd body is brought in, a boy, Mohammed Nasser, we're told that is his name. He is apparently just 12 years old.